Buenos días para todas las personas que están conectadas a través de la página web de Colfuturo. Mi nombre es Camila Flores, hago parte del equipo de Consejería Académica y Relaciones Internacionales y hoy tenemos el webinar con the University of Exeter. Hoy nos acompaña Tracy Moore, que va a estar realizando la presentación. Y quería recordarles que en el lado derecho de sus pantallas pueden encontrar un chat en el que pueden estar haciendo todas las preguntas que se les ocurran y las estaremos respondiendo al finalizar la presentación. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You can now
Okay.
start the presentation.
Okay. Thanks. Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm the International Officer for the Americas at the University of Exeter in the UK. So I'm here to talk to you about the joint Colfuturo Ayudar Scholarship, and also to talk to you about why the UK and Exeter is a great choice for students from Columbia to study their master's programmes. So this is a photo of the scholarship. So as said, it's a joint Colfuturo Ayudar scholarship, and it's for Colombian nationals. So this scholarship is for any students that are holding a offer for a postgraduate master's programme at Exeter, and then who pass the Colfuturo application process. They are then automatically considered for the Ayudar part of this scholarship. So to go through this, so students need to apply to the University of Exeter, and students can apply without all their academic and their English requirements. So students who are successful can receive a conditional offer upon achieving any academic or English requirements by a certain deadline, which is normally the end of August. Or if students already have these requirements and are successful, they can receive an unconditional offer. So the first thing is to apply to Exeter for one of our master's programmes. And then students need to make sure that they apply to Colfuturo before the 29th of February. And then, as I said, any students who pass that process are automatically considered for the additional Ayudar scholarship. And that provided a living allowance of about £15,000 in 2019. So it's a really great opportunity for any students interested in studying a master's programme in the UK. Also, any students, any masters and PhD students who pass the Colfuturo process will then receive a 20% discount on tuition fees. So again, a really great opportunity. And just to re-emphasise, just remember that you do not need to have all your academic and English entry requirements met in order to apply for September 2020 entry. So successful applicants can receive a conditional offer with a deadline for meeting those conditions, which is normally the 31st of August. And we have a short video here of Vanessa, the current recipient of the Colfuturo Ayudar scholarship. So if it's okay to play that video, that would be great. Thank you.
We will now play it. Thanks.
Thank you.
My name is Vanessa. I am from the capital of Colombia, Bogota. And I decided to come to Exeter because of the variety of the optional modules that the program offers to me. So that was basically why I decided to come to this university, because if you compare the programs with different programs for other universities, perhaps the core modules are very similar, but the University of Exeter is the only university that offers me such a great variety of optional modules, so I can study what I really, what I'm passionate about it. Classes usually start around 9:30 in the morning. So, for example, on a Thursday, I'll start my class from 9:30 to 1:30, so it's 3 hours. And we'll usually have a break. And then I'll have an hour to have lunch, and then I'll have another class, but every day is different. So perhaps on Thursdays, for example, I only have one class. It's from 10:30 to 12:30, and then I have the rest of the afternoon to work on my readings or on my writing projects, or perhaps to do different activities. Well, actually, I'm very interested about languages, not only English. So I recently joined some French lessons, and also apart from my program, my TESOL program, I've been taking different classes like study skills, which is very interesting to me. So yeah, so far that hopefully in the future I might join some societies. Well, social, I'm gonna say having the chance to meet and learn from different cultures, not only from the culture like the British one, but also I'm surrounded by my classmates. They're from China, from Japan, from Indonesia, from Romania. So it's very nice having the opportunity to get to know them and to learn different things about their country. So that's been very nice. Well, I found out about a scholarship through Col Futuro. So I first applied to Col Futuro and then to the university. And then I just got an email from Col Futuro and the university telling me about this amazing opportunity. It's been extremely helpful because having the scholarship here, I don't have to worry about having a part-time job, or I don't have to worry about like accommodation or paying for food. I just can focus on my studies, and not just the studies, but doing something different, like outdoor activities, or perhaps doing some traveling as well. And some in Colombia, I would like to teach in the university level. I cannot do that unless I have a master's degree. And I think it's very helpful coming here and study to get my degree so I can achieve my goals and helping people to achieve their goals as well as a teacher.
You can now start the presentation.
Great, thank you. Great. So to tell you a bit about the University of Exeter and where we are, so we're about 2.5 hours from London by train in the beautiful southwest of England. So our campuses are located in the city of Exeter in Devon and in the coastal town of Penryn in Cornwall. Exeter and nearby Bristol have airports, small airports, and you can go and explore Europe from there. So a really great hub to go and explore further as well. We have about 23,000 students across our 3 campuses in Devon and Cornwall, and 5,000 of those are from outside the UK. So about 140 different nationalities and about 100 students from Latin America. So a really great mix of students. So this is our region. You can see how beautiful it is. It's really popular with British holidaymakers as well because it's such a lovely area. So the campus itself is about 15 minutes walk from the city of Exeter. Exeter is a small city, about 100,000 people, but it's a really vibrant historic city. So lots going on, a really great new shopping and restaurant area. There's also a lovely area by the water, by the quayside, with lots of restaurants and live music. And students can hire canoes and canoe up the river. You can hire a bike and cycle to the coast. So really, really great area. We're also on the edge of Dartmoor National Park. So really beautiful green space to go walking, hiking, horse riding. And again, surrounded by award-winning beaches. So lots of these lovely seaside towns and areas for you to go and explore. And then this is the campus. So the first thing you see is how green it is. We're a registered botanic garden, so really beautiful grounds that we're in. And so the campus is like a small village. So there are plenty of places to like eat and drink on campus. We have the Northcote Theatre, which is the largest theatre in Exeter, and it has a mix of student productions and visiting shows, so students can get involved in that if they want. We also have the Lemon Grove, a live music venue for students, so that has a lot of local bands that will play there. And we also have the Great Hall, which has local and more sort of national bands there as well. And on the left of the screen, you can see some of our sports facilities. So we're the #1 university for sport in 2016. So the facilities are great. We've invested about £8 million in this sports park that you can see on the left. So fantastic gym facilities. There's 50 different sports clubs at the university. So students can play it competitively or just for fun or not at all, whatever your interest is. There's also on the top right of the screen some accommodation, and so for postgraduate international students that are unaccompanied and apply by the deadline, which is normally the end of July for the accommodation deadline, then it's guaranteed accommodation. So just a reminder here, why the UK and the University of Exeter is a great choice for Colombian students. So our master's programmes are just 1 year in length. We're a UK top 10 university, so really great rated university. Our completion rates, our on-time completion rates are 96%. So students that start their degree at Exeter are very happy with us and finish their degree on time. 95% of graduates are in employment or further study 6 months after graduating. So really great employment prospects as well. As I mentioned, we were the Sports University of the Year in 2016 and consistently in the top 10 of the British University and Colleges sports leagues. And Exeter is a member of the prestigious Russell Group of research-led universities. So this means that the academics that teach our students, they're at the forefront of the research area that they're in. So it means that the academics that teach you are at that cutting edge, and then obviously the modules that you follow are very much based often around those research interests that they have. We have more than 250 clubs and societies, so whatever your interest, there's going to be a club or a society for it. So this includes the Latin America Society, there's also media, campaigning and volunteering groups. So like I said, whatever your interest, there's going to be something for you. We live in a very safe part of the country, so a very beautiful and safe part. Like I mentioned, Exeter is just 2.5 hours from the centre of London by train, and we have Exeter and Bristol airports nearby. You can fly direct to Paris, to Amsterdam. This year you could fly to Italy. So a great way to go and explore the wider area. And again, as I mentioned, accommodation guaranteed for unaccompanied international postgraduate students. So provided you apply by the end of July deadline. And then again, accreditation. So our business school is triple accredited. So less than 100 business schools in the world have this accreditation. So this triple crown accreditation. And our MBA is ranked among the world's best MBAs, so really great subjects. And also a lot of opportunities for professional placements and field trip options. So programs like our Engineering Business Management with Industrial Experience is a 2-year program, with the second year being that industrial experience. And then many other programs like International Film Business, Applied Security Strategy, have field trips that are built into their programs, so to give you that great additional experience. If we could play the second video, that would be great. And this shows what it's like to be a student at Exeter.
We will now play the video. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Exeter is one of those places where it offers so many things to so many different people.
Although it's a small city, there are so many things going on.
Exeter feels very historically rich. It just feels very classically British, which is so appealing to so many students, I think.
You've got the beach, you've got the countryside, it's perfect.
Lots of people go to Exmouth.
I go to Sidmouth, Lyme Regis, I like Salcombe as well. The national parks, Dartmoor, Exmoor. There's so many clubs and societies available for you to choose.
Societies are the university's way of including everyone.
Harry Potter Society and Hide and Seek Society.
There's a large range of sports and there's the option to get involved in high performance sport and recreational sport as well. From shops to independent supermarkets, restaurants, cafes, it has everything.
Princess Hay was only kind of recently refurbished, so that's got every kind of high street brand that you would ever need.
There's loads of independent shops tucked away at the end of the high street.
So Exeter has a variety of nice restaurants here.
Whatever kind of food you're wanting, I think you can probably find it in Exeter. There is literally every type of cuisine here at your sport of choice.
There's like 5 main clubs and you always bump into people you know, and it's just a good night. Basically, there's always good atmosphere, good vibes. There's quite a few festivals. I went to EGB this year, which is the Enchanted Garden Ball.
You should definitely see a concert at the Great Hall whilst you're here. I saw Muse play here. Later that same year, I took an exam on the same stage where Muse had played.
I think one thing you have to do is get lost. Go down a side street, go wander around for a few hours. You'll see so much more than you actually expected to.
In the city centre, there's the Royal Albert Memorial Museum, which often has visiting exhibits.
The biggest theatre next to it is on campus. They obviously do student-run productions, but they also do professional productions as well.
The whole campus is really, really beautiful. Beautiful architecture.
It's a registered botanical garden, so it's like amazing wherever you go.
It's that feeling, that's what I like so much about Exeter, that you're in a city but you can so easily not be.
Academic side and the social side, it's a perfect mix.
All the students, they give you a sense of belonging. Everyone welcomes you in.
I really enjoy walking on campus and being able to see people you know.
I never felt as at home as I do in Exeter.
You can go on with the presentation.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, and this slide just gives you an idea of the whole range of subject areas. So we have 6 colleges where these subject areas are split into. Some of these subjects are offered at our main Exeter campus in Devon. Some programmes such as mining and mineral engineering and renewable energy are offered at our Cornwall campus at our Pembrokeshire campus in Cornwall. So just to give you an idea of the wide range of subjects that are offered here at Exeter. And this is just a slide that shows for our College of Engineering, Mathematics and Physical Sciences. It just gives an idea of where recent alumni have gone to. So just to give you an idea of those well-known companies that our alumni have gone on to. And just to quickly mention, obviously the main aim here is to promote and encourage you to apply for the Cultura Ayuda Scholarship. But also just to mention that we do have a funding database on our website that will give you details of all the scholarships that we offer for Colombian students. So, and in particular, our postgraduate Global Excellence scholarships, which we are offering this year for Colombian students, and they're worth up to £5,000. So just to give you an idea of the other opportunities available as well. And then entry requirements. So for many of our programs, we'll be looking for a grade of about 4 out of 5 from the licenciado, but we also have many programs as well that we'll be looking for a grade of around 3.5. So like I said, it varies between those grades. And for IELTS as well, so many programs, we're looking for an IELTS of about 6.5 with no less than 6 in any section. But as I mentioned before, you do not need to have those English language requirements in place in order to apply. You can apply and then receive a conditional offer based on achieving those. Great, so that's my presentation, but obviously I'm very happy to take any questions that you might have about the scholarship or about studying in Exeter.
Thank you, Tracy. We will now follow with the questions. So
Thank
the first
you.
one is by Cesar, and he's asking how many scholarships are available.
Okay, so we guarantee one scholarship, so there's definitely one, but there is the possibility that there can be more, but there is definitely one that is guaranteed. And like I said, the additional Ayuda element last year was about £15,000, and I think as Vanessa said in her video, it really helped her with her studies, that she did not have any sort of additional worries about sort of her living expenses while she was here. So yeah, so like I said, definitely one, and the possibility of more.
Okay, thank you. Daniela is asking, I graduate from my graduate degrees at the end of next year, so if I want to do my postgraduate degree, when would it be wise to start applying?
Okay, so if she's going to complete her degree before the end of August and have her grade before the end of August and her certificate, then you can apply for 2020 entry. If she will not be graduating until the end of the year, maybe in sort of December, then she would be applying for the following year. But as I said, students can graduate this year up until sort of August and still apply for September 2020 entry. They can receive a conditional offer that is based on achieving that grade before they start their program in September.
Awesome, thank you. Is it possible to apply to a Master by Research program with a 3.9 GPA, but having some publications related to the field of study?
Yes, absolutely. So on our website, and just to mention, any students that have any queries can write to me at americas@exeter.ac.uk. But our website will have individual subject programs, and each subject program will have an entry requirements section on it. But if it says that you require a 2.1 equivalent of a UK degree, which is around a score of 4. Most programs will also consider things like work experience or extra programs that you've done. So any extra experience that you have can be considered as well. So do not worry if you are near that grade. Still, please apply and let us know about any additional experience that you have, and the colleges will then take that into consideration.
Thank you, Tracy. Laura is asking which are the levels or the, I think, GPA for IELTS if they want to apply.
Okay, it varies by program. So like I said, most of our programs are a 6.5. Some of the business programs can be a 7, but most of them are around a 6.5. But if they want to email me at americas@exeter.ac.uk, I can send links to any programs they are interested in with that entry requirements tab. And they all have then the specific English and academic requirements. Or if anyone just wants to go to our main website at exeter.ac.uk, they will be able to see the programs as well and look that up. But like I said, I'm happy to help with any queries any students have about programs and direct them to where to find information. We also have some really great student ambassadors from Latin America. So if any students maybe want to speak to a current student by email just to find out what it's like to study here, or any questions they might have about the program, then we found that that's really helpful for students. And obviously we can also ask some of our academics as well if there's more specific programme questions they have. But please sort of get in touch, and our team would be very, very happy to help.
Thank you. There's a couple of people asking if you could show the application deadlines again.
Yes, of course. Let's do that.
Thank you.
So obviously the main application deadline is the Call Futuro application deadline, which is the 29th of February. That's right, isn't it? So, but students, as long as they pass that Call Futuro process, are then automatically considered for our UDAR scholarship.
Thank you. Clara is asking if you could talk about the criteria to select the winner of the scholarship.
Yes, of course. So, like I said, any student that passes the Call Futuro process will then be considered. So, what will happen is that students' applications, we will look at their application, and then students that are successful will be invited to an interview, and then we have a panel that will have an interview with the student, and then that's when it will be decided how many scholarships are awarded. But like I said, we would really encourage students to apply for this, because it is not a very big pool of students that will be considered for this. So students have, would really encourage them to apply.
Thank you. Someone's asking, I just finished my undergrad program. I have a certificate that shows I finished all my academic and administrative requirements, but my graduation date is on March 20th. Can I still apply?
Absolutely. As I said, that is absolutely fine. So students can apply now, and then if they have not achieved all their academic qualifications today, that is not a problem. They can receive a conditional offer based on achieving that by the end of August. So the student that is getting her degree certificate, or sorry, what you said in March, that is no problem at all. That is absolutely fine.
Great. And I think the last question is, Alejandro is asking, I heard that it's better to apply a year in advance. It's still good time to apply directly to Exeter. Thank you.
So as I said before, it does not matter if you have not met your English and academic requirements when you apply. You can receive a conditional offer based on achieving those at a later date, as long as you can meet all those requirements before the end of August. So, for example, if a student is not graduating for another year from now, then they would apply next year. They would apply for 2021 entry. But as long as you will have completed your licenciado and received your grades by the end of August this year, you can apply for September 2020 entry for this year. Is that clear? Does that help?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Tracy, for your presentation.
You are welcome, and thank you. Thank you so much. And like I said, any questions, just contact myself and our team at americas@exeter.ac.uk. We'd love to hear from you.
If you can now show again this slide where you have your email address.
Yes, absolutely. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
Para todas las personas que están conectadas, recuerden que les estaremos mandando el video de esta presentación y pueden comunicarse con Tracy al correo que pueden encontrar en pantalla para hacerle cualquier pregunta que les surja. Muchísimas gracias por conectarse. Goodbye.
Muchas gracias. Bye.